This video is sponsored by Gate.io. If you set an account up using the link in the description, you'll get 25% back on all your spot and futures fees for life. Gate.io. Hello everybody, welcome back. We're going to look at RNDR. I know, I've never done it before. We look at it sometimes on the live stream, Patreon live streams. But personally, I've been having a little flick around on it and it doesn't look all that bad, to be fair. Now, before we go any further, we all are perfectly and painfully aware that, an altcoin might have a great setup, might want to move, and it could move, and it might even start to move. But then if Bitcoin decides it doesn't allow the market to move and pulls back, then that setup is rendered obsolete. This is how the last bull market was traded. This is probably how this bull market's going to be traded. Not all altcoins are created equal, so certain things can run counter to the market, as we've seen recently with Tomo, for instance. Epic chart setup. I was skeptical. I took a 10% trade on it. It could have been a lot more. But I suppose conservative trading never hurt anyone. But I've been looking at Tomo and it looks okay. Not Tomo, RNDR, and it looks okay. But just like I said, at the very beginning, you've got to be aware. And we all know Bitcoin can render any great setup obsolete if it wants to. But for the moment, Bitcoin is hanging around on this wiki bed of nails, roughly around 25,750. And so long as it holds above there, altcoins can effectively do what they want. And we're still looking for the Ethereum death cross retest, which again is a upside move. And I'm not trying to say that this is going to be an incredibly bullish scenario for everything in the world, because it's nothing more than a death cross retest. Simple moving averages of 10 and exponentials of 8. So that move can easily happen because death crosses get retested, just as golden crosses do in a bull market and in a bullish trend. So all that out the way, let's admire this one particular chart, RNDR. Now, I don't know a great deal about it. In fact, I know next to nothing about what it actually is. But based on the daily here, we are getting ricocheted on the 21 exponential moving average. Third day in a row. We had a couple of powerful moves. The biggest powerful move brought us above all these moving averages and towards the top of the Bollinger Band the next day. Support, and again support today. Now, what we're seeing right now is, and again, it's only 10 to 9 in the morning here. It's a spinning top as it stands, as was this one a couple of days ago. That is an indecisive candle body, which means that on a day like today, maybe it goes up or maybe it goes down. We don't really know. Sundays are usually a bit of a lame trading day. We're hitting a major area of resistance on the 4-hourly, 200 simple and exponential moving average. However, if we just zoom out a little further, we can see that we've scraped out what looks like a relatively decent low. And sorry, I'm all over the place here. And also, we've got ourselves a pump signal which is generated around $1.44. So the pump signal, it did pump, but I'd say outside of this area here, this main support on a 4-hourly, and again the wicks are telling big stories. I can't handle it. The bulls and the bears both fighting for glory. If we just measure from the resistance breakout to the next major level, is about an 8% move, similar to what we'd be looking for Ethereum really. And this is trading at 6.5 million, which is decent volume. Each of these areas on the 4-hourly you can see is an incremental layer of resistance. So the first major target, once breaking this current resistance, is 8%, then a 24% to a maximum and highly unrealistic move of around 42%. And don't really think that's going to happen off the back of a 4-hourly pump signal. But we are pushing the resistance now after that pump signal. So I kind of like the idea of it breaking, to be honest with you, and moving up at least to the first one major target over here, and maybe the second target around 185 or something like that. We do have a relatively hot money flow index here on the 12-hourly, so this isn't a trade I would be interested in getting in on today. Sunday's usually not a good day to take any positions. Just like traditional markets, you don't really take in positions on a Friday unless you're really confident something's going to happen. because you're going to have to sit around dormant over the weekend, and who knows what happens over the weekend, and blah, 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 blah. So I wouldn't really feel confident taking this position today, just because it's a Sunday, and secondly, because that 12-hourly money flow index is super hot. However, when it comes down, if and when it comes down to an approachable level again, on probably either a 4-hourly or a 12-hourly, or ideally a daily, I would be looking to take a position in this. Bollinger Band Center sitting here around 142. That would be where I would be more happy to give it a shot. 65% more likely to remain above the band, so the best opportunity to take a position would be on the band. So that's the Bollinger Band Center, meaning that if we were to move up into this intermediate zone, this horizontal level, that would be a nice, tasty, excuse me, 14% move to the top to the bottom target. Then a death cross retest a little higher than that is around 16%. Breaking that to the simple moving averages is the 24%, and then probably feeling like if I had anything left in this trade, I'd probably be getting rid of almost all of it at this point, with a 30% move. This is something that I'm got my eye on for next week as far as altcoins are concerned, just for a potential trade. The risk to reward would be relatively good, because if it were to break down from here, we've got a horizontal significant line here, excuse me, of around 136. If you start to peek your nose down below 136, might be game over for this trade. So looking for RNDR to make a move probably next week based on this simmering momentum here. We did have nice bullish divergence. A lot of altcoins have got this as well. Still got the Hopium set up for Ethereum. Like I said, nothing more than a lower high in the making, a death cross retest, but still an 8 to a 10% move potentially, which should lift the market. Emphasize most altcoins, especially ones like this that have some kind of bullish setup on the higher term time frames. And again, this isn't the best thing you've ever seen in the world. You know, there's a pump signal on a 4-hourly. There's incremental levels here on the daily. Yet it is overheated on the 12-hourly, suggesting that probably today is not the place to enter it, and entering it from a lower level is the right place. So look, I'm just going to put it to you now that there is still opportunity for short-term trades in altcoins, for upside potential. It's not all about shorting, and you will rarely hear me talking about shorting and futures trading, because I appreciate that's not for everybody. It's not for many people, to be honest with you. So I don't really want to say do this, do that. That's not really the right thing. This is a spot trade, if anything, and that's a decent spot trade, between 16 to 30% potential move at some point from next week looking forward. So I'll leave it with you there. Let me know if there's any other altcoins out there that you want me to look at, and if there's something worth saying, like there is something here, then I will say it. If there is nothing to say, then I can't say anything about it. Other than that, maybe join the live streams. Patreon live streams twice a week, Tuesdays, Fridays. Links in the description below. Other than that, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.